unfortunate for all Manitobans caught in the middle of this. It's a situation that affects many people. My colleagues and I, thousands of Manitobans use their services every day. Healthcare workers, police, communities around the province. All of this for what? We are on a strike as a last resort because apparently fair wages that keep up with the cost of living are something not earned in this province but fought for under this government.
Shame.
Our employer has hired replacement workers for the employees on strike at the liquor distribution center and are hiring replacement employees for the retail stores. During the pandemic, we were deemed vital, critical, everything but essential as to not be classified as so to receive the benefits of being an essential worker. We remained open, coming to work every day during uncertain times, at a time when other businesses were restricted from staying open. We were very profitable, being the majority source of revenue during the pandemic in the province. Fast forward to today, and we're asking for fair wage increases to keep up with record inflation. We exercised our right to strike, and our employer has locked us out and hired replacement workers at $20 an hour. Which I just want to add is much more than they have offered any of my colleagues here. All of this because the Premier will not lift the restrictive wage mandate for most public service jobs. It's not just us. An outside firm determined a fair cost of living adjustment for her and her cabinet to be 3.3% over last year, followed by 3.6% for the following 2 years, totaling 10.5% in 3 years. The public sector is receiving 2% limits after coming off wage freezes last bargaining round. That is the double standard we're talking about. I feel insulted that the employer and the Premier would claim that we just don't understand what we're being offered. I understand it. It's just not a fair offer when taken into context our recent past and current economic scenario. I possess a copy of the proposed collective agreement originally offered to our union as a final offer. It was given to me when we signed our strike mandate, and we went over it together as a union. As I've read it thoroughly because this is my career, and thus my livelihood is at stake. The last collective agreement was made under, what do you know, government mandates. At that time, it was wage freezes. We received, in March 2018, 0% increase over the previous year's salary. March 2019, a year of record thefts and robberies that many of us had to witness, we also received 0% over last year's, or the previous year's salary. In 2020, you know what happened that year, we received a 0.75% increase over the previous year, followed by a 1% increase in March 2021, totaling 1.75% for the 4 years. Since March 2022, we have been without a collective agreement. The offer proposed to us initially was a 1.5% increase in March 2022, a 1.75% increase in March 2023, followed by 2% increases for March 2024 and 2025, respectively, totaling 7.25% over 4 years. Add that to the 1.75%, they were going to offer us 9% increases over the last and current agreement 8 years. The final offer given to us most recently is for 2% increases each year from March 2022 to March 2025, totaling 8% over 4 years. To put it into context, if we accepted this offer, we would have had our wages increase by only 9.25% between March 2018 and March 2025, which is still 2.5 years away. Last year's inflation was 7.9%, which is just about the 8% total that you're offering us for the 4 years going forward. The 2% increases, yes, Shane. The 2% increases in March 2022 and 2023 would only bring our starting wage from $14.91 to $15.51. The starting wage would almost be at par with minimum wage of $15.30 taken into effect in October 23, instituted by the same government who makes our wages. Because of this, they knew they had to raise the starting wage of our workers, so they essentially divided our union into 2 groups. Just over half the employees, those that have accumulated less than 4,000 hours, would be bumped into the next pay tier by eliminating the first pay tier, making the first raise at 1,000 hours instead of 330 hours. This makes it look like a newer employee that has made less than 330 hours is being offered a significant pay raise of near 20%. The other smaller half, who've been with the company for more than 4,000 hours, would not be included. Thus, giving a flat increase to all employees would be fair. They're bumping up the bottom half instead to the next pay tier, essentially making them maxing out their potential earnings sooner. This is called wage compression. The company knows it only offers part-time employment opportunities to new retail staff, so they are counting on the employees who are just here temporarily to take the unbalanced benefit towards them. The company is hoping for a majority rules acceptance by our newer members. They're pitting each other against each other. As a 12-year veteran of the company who's already reached the top pay tier for my position, I get nothing but year-over-year increases to look forward to from here on out. The company is also offering an extra 10 cents shift premium for hours worked after 5 p.m. and on Saturdays and Sundays. As well, a one-time signing bonus of either $600, $800, or $1,000, depending on the hours of work over the past half year. This will be added to my next check, whenever that will be at this point, meaning we're locked out of the stores, and will be taxed accordingly. So at this point, that will probably be gone when I get it because of this strike. But should I choose to save it, the dollars will be worth less by the time I go to use it. So yes, I understand the offer that's given to us. It's just not very fair when you break it down. You have the power to end this. Not the government, apparently not us. We're locked out. You can't say it's not the government who determines our wages, or we would have had to adhere to the government-mandated wage freezes in the last round of bargaining. Our company would gladly offer us more to incentivize its workers to stay. I have spoken with many managers. Our turnover is high and our morale is low because I feel disposable to this employer right now, or at least replaceable. We just want what you gave yourself, 3.3%. But I know you're just ignoring us and avoiding this situation because if you give us a fair wage, then you'll have to give all the other public service men and women that we are fighting for a fair wage too. Heather, that's just too much at stake for you. That's a shame.